In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If it is your first time, my name is Giancarlo.
And I'm Aisha.
And we're super excited for today's video because we are actually going to be talking about, it was actually random, like the idea, but I think it's something that I think as young adults and people who are at least in their 20s or even at 18, they're like, they have those thoughts of like, dang, do I still want to live in my parents' house? Mm-hmm. Or I'm ready to move out of my parents' house. So we're here to talk about being 20. What's the title? What is it?
Pros and cons of living with our parents in our 20s.
Yes, and then at the end we're going to give our opinions if we believe that you should continue to live with your parents as long as you can, or you should move out as early as you can. But we'll tell you guys at the end. Mm-hmm. But if it is your first time, remember to subscribe, like the video, share the video to keep up with us. Our goal is just to reflect Jesus through our videos and just show our lives. And yeah. So again, like Nesha said, we're going to be talking about life in our 20s in our parents' house. So, should we just go ahead and start?
Mm-hmm. I thought of, when you say like, share, subscribe, I thought of like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, you can do that. I love it.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Can you do it so I can see?
Okay. So if it is your first time, make sure you guys like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, I win. So, living in our parents' house in our 20s. We're going to start off with cons. Amor, do you want to start off with the first con? Oh, real quick. By the way, this is just our opinion.
Yes.
Okay, everyone has their own opinion.
Or they have different cons or pros.
Yeah, and everyone's, lifestyle and family and living with their parents scenario is completely different compared to ours. Huh?
Hey, do you like that? Did you?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Like, share.
Go on.
Like, share, subscribe.
I'm gonna lose again, bro.
Something is off.
So again, this is just our own opinion, and our goal is just to give you another point of view. We're speaking from, our point of view, different lenses. So hopefully this encourages you or helps you or, lets you be at peace with living in your parents' house in your 20s. There's no rush, but we'll get into everything. So yeah. So first, we're going to be talking about cons. So do you want to go ahead and say the first con?
Yes. The first one is curfew. And this might be different for some people. Some people don't have a curfew. Others do.
Yeah.
But yeah, curfew. I have a curfew. But honestly, I'm kind of glad. Which we'll get about the pros in a little bit later. Yeah. But so curfew, when you're still with your parents, whether you're like 18 or like 21, your parents might set a curfew. And that's a little bit of a con. But it could also be a pro, to be honest. But I see it more as a con because, like, if I'm out with like people, I don't want to have to worry about, oh my gosh, like I need to be home in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Whereas if you are living alone, you just don't have to like constantly tell your parents where you are or like, hey, I'll be home late or like, So definitely a little bit of that.
At first, honestly, it was a con for us.
So let's talk. So at first,
when we first started dating,
it was
12.
It was 12. Okay. Then it was like my parents realized, oh, that's kind of late. We go to sleep at like 10. So like we just want you home. So then it was moved to 11:30, and then it, like I would like me as a like 23-year-old. I'm
23.
Like 23-year-old. As a 23-year-old, I was just like, dude, that sucks. Like they keep switching. They keep like making it earlier. Then it was 11. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, 11? Like, But then, like, we changed that curfew, and now it's like we just want to be home at 10, sometimes 9:30.
Sometimes 9:30, yeah, just so we can sleep and rest.
No, because, okay, one day, we, like, unintentionally got home at 10, and we were like, whoa.
This is nice, bro.
We were like, this is nice. So now we, like, intentionally are like, okay, it's too late, let's go home. But at first, it was like, dude, what? So yeah, it could be a con, but it could also be a pro. But definitely a con, just because of the reason of like, okay, I have to like see like what time it is. You know, constantly have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. You could go either way. Con, because maybe you're out with your friends and you're just like, "Ugh, I don't want to be home already. Like I want to keep hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
And you're like you're an adult and you're just like really. But if you know, it could be a pro as well because you know I don't think there's any reason to be out so late.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any reason to be out of your house after 12.
Oh.
In my opinion, unless you're working.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's any good in being out after 12.
Yeah.
But I mean, things happen, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that leads to the next one.
Yes.
Rules. When we live under our parents, we have to live by the rules because their house, their rules.
Yeah, and we're not saying rules are bad.
Oh no.
We're just saying like, okay, you know, our parents bought this house. They have raised us in this house. They've provided everything for me to be a part of this house. There's rules, and there might be certain rules. I'm just like, really, bro?
Yeah, you get to a point where you're like, dude.
Yeah, because you know, when you're in your 20s, you pretty much already know how you act, how you live. You have your own opinions. You know, you don't have to just. It's not. Am I bleeding? I thought I was bleeding.
You literally.
I thought I was bleeding.
We have to pay that back because you went.
I think I'm bleeding.
Let me see.
I'm bleeding. See?
Whoa! No, that's great.
Well, guys, there's a injury timeout. We'll be back with the program.
Honestly, you going like that made you bleed, bro. You literally said. Not the iPad. Guys, he's watching the game and he's taking the iPad. We have the iPad behind you guys with the Cowboys game. That's hilarious. Can you think of parent rules? What are some parent, like, why are you so fun?
No, well, no, I'm gonna let it dry out first. Yeah, I can't record right now. What?
You gave the same energy when you were like, I can't have my speaker.
Oh yeah. No way. Oh, what? I'm not gonna hit my speaker. What are you talking about?
Pull it. Alright. So were we?
Rules. So there's nothing wrong with rules at all. I think every mom or dad's gonna have rules. Any person who owns a house, like for example, like can't eat on the couch. You know, make sure you put the dishes up after you eat. Make sure you come into the house and wash your hands. Specific rules that you're just like.
Or like if you invite parents, they have to leave at like don't be too late. That's for me.
If you invite parents.
I mean, I said parents.
Yeah.
Friends. If friends come over, like they have to like no later than this time, you know.
Yeah, or there's certain things that like your parents won't allow you to watch in their house. You know, I mean, we don't do that. You know,
No.
Yeah, but I know I have friends that are like, hey, you know, we just can't watch it in my parents' house. It's just like, oh, well, it is what it is, you know. So there's specific rules. You just like, this is such a dumb rule. I don't believe in this rule. I cannot wait to have my own rules when I get my own house. But if your parents have rules, it's not that hard to follow. Yeah. As long as you follow the rules, it's gonna be smooth.
The thing is, like with rules, when you don't follow them, it could get into conflict with your parents or like disagreements or like you even getting frustrated with your parents. And it turns in like that whole thing makes you hate the rules. But if you follow the rules, there's like peace in your home. It doesn't make you frustrated that there's rules. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard to follow them.
You start to realize that the rules that they have in place are actually good rules. Yeah. Because like you start to want to implement those rules when you get your own place.
For sure. Privacy. When you live with your parents, I love my quietness, my quiet time. I love my time alone. Or even like when I'm in my room, like sometimes I just don't want people around, you know? So you don't have that privacy when you live with your parents because they're always there.
Especially like the quiet time. For example, like for me, like if I'm ever like praying and like they call my name, they start yelling, not like yelling at me, but they just start being loud.
Around the house or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, I was really praying. Or they just walk into your room, you know? If your parents don't have that rule where they don't knock, well, it's their house. They can walk in whenever they want, unless like you tell them, hey, just don't come in. It's just that type of privacy and like, which I mean, I think at least my parents, they respect my privacy. I'm not hiding anything.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have any needs to be private.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, that alone time.
Yeah.
You know those times where you need to be alone. So that could kind of be like a con. It's like, man, I'm not able to have my alone time. I can only have it for like 5 minutes. In our opinions, there's not a lot of cons when it comes to living in your parents' house.
Well, no. There are cons, but in our opinions, the pros surpass those cons.
Yeah.
It's just like when you think about it, the pros and the cons. It's like the cons are really just nothing, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta like suck it up and it's not that bad.
Yeah. Chores, which kind of goes into like rules, like like my mom tells me if you like use the dishes, like clean them as you use them. Don't just leave it there. I think your mom's the same. Dishes. Throwing the trash away. Putting the food up. I'm responsible for my bathroom. I clean my bathroom, so like my mom cleans hers. But on Saturdays, if the restroom's not clean, she's like, it's the day to clean the restroom. I'm like, okay. So it's just chores that they established that you have to follow. And again, it's not like a huge con, but it's like if you have your own house and you feel lazy about doing the chores, that you don't do them. But if you're with your parents, my mom, once she sees a plate, bro, she's like, Najali, So it's like, it's that type of like, okay, like I was gonna, sometimes, bro, they don't understand that you were gonna do it in like 5 minutes. But then when they see it in that 5 minute gap, and it's like, I was gonna do it. And it's just like, they get mad and they don't think that you were gonna do it, but you were. And it's just like, ugh, it's frustrating. So that's a con. Disagreements.
The way you live, like your life, it might not be the same way your parents live, because again, you're in your 20s and you already have your own character, your own thoughts,
your own routine.
Your own routine. You want to live the way you want to live. And there might be some disagreement there, or honestly, just that.
Or even like for like my house, sometimes I borrow my mom's like hair stuff, and I like honestly forget, and it's still in my room, and she's like, "Where's my stuff?" And it's just like literally the simplest stuff. It's like it forms a disagreement. Or my dad, he really like wants the doors closed because like the AC is like more concentrated. Like it flows better with like all the doors closed. I forget to close my door sometimes, so it's like nice shot, like the door. Like it's just little stuff like that that you have to like live with like when you're with your parents, because again, their rules, their house, they like things a certain way, and so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like, think about it. When you have your own kids, you're gonna want them to respect your rules because you paid for everything. You made the lifestyle for the way you made the lifestyle that they have to this day. But yeah.
Yeah. So the last one is over communicate everything, and by that we mean, where are you going today? Oh yeah, I'm going here. What time you'll be back? Or
who are you with?
Who are you with?
It's just that, and you have to keep reminding them. Like, hey, remember, like even if you tell them 2 weeks in advance.
They're like, are we going out Saturday? No, remember, I told you I'm going out.
And they ask you the day of, ¿Qué vas a hacer hoy, mijo? What are you doing today, son? I'm like, I told you, I'm going to go do this and go do this and everything. So, are you okay?
No.
So, it's just over communicating, which is not hard. It's not bad. But it's like,
it's an extra thing that you have to kind of
just like
keep in mind to tell them everything,
Yeah, because I mean, in the end, like, they're expecting you to come home. So they need to be over communicated, because if they don't, then they're gonna be like, okay, where's my son? Where's my daughter? Why aren't they home? Yeah. They're usually home by this time,
Yeah.
Oh, even like for me, at first I thought this was a con, but this might be a con for you. They have your
location.
Your location. To me, it's a pro now, but at the beginning it was a con, because it's just like I was like 16 or 15. I was like, why do you know where I'm at? And even though I wasn't doing anything bad, I know I wasn't doing anything wrong. But in the end, it's just like, why does it matter if they have your location or not? Like, what if something happens to you? You know, they have every right to know where you're at, because they love you, they care about you. Anything could happen. It might be simply that they just want to have a conversation with you.
That too.
Like, it's so important to just have conversations with your mom and dad. Like, it's not just a high and by thing. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because in the end, when you move out, it's like, oh man, I really didn't get to talk to my dad that much, or my mom too much. So, yes. Those are all the cons. If you guys have any cons, like, let us know in the comments. We really couldn't think of that many cons, but we want to see what kind of cons you guys might believe are cons.
Yeah, let us know. Like, share, and subscribe.
Cowboys won, baby! Woo! No, I'm not gonna kill one of the kids. Yes.
Okay, so pro number 1. probably the most pro is you save a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
You save a lot of money. You, yeah.
You're not paying for groceries. You're not paying for insurance. Maybe you might be. You're not paying a house mortgage.
Rents or whatever.
Mortgage. There you go. You're not paying monthly payments.
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying for any like medical care unless you have your own medical care.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be dentists or just you save a lot of money in a lot of things.
We have our own jobs and we give our parents some money,
Mm-hmm.
but that compared to like a rent,
water bill,
the
light bill,
light bill, electricity,
electric bill,
or like when you like get your own like place right off the bat, you have to buy
the
all
furniture.
the furniture and everything. Like you already have that, and so it's like you save a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and like you don't have to you don't have to spend money, but also you can be saving for them when you want to, like, you know.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't think about like all of that. They just think about moving out and being in their own place, which is great. But where are you gonna get that money from? You know, and I know everyone has their own stories. Like they like it when they're just there with the bed and that's all they have in their room, which is that's your story. That's great. But it's like, why do you want to start like that? You know, if you can be comfortable for as long as you need to be comfortable, then just be comfortable as long as you need to be comfortable, and then move out when it's the right time.
Yeah, and also like you don't have to worry about like all like money, anything. You don't have to like, because sometimes I honestly see my parents like worrying about like the bill coming up and stuff. Like you don't have that stress yet, and you can enjoy that and be thankful for that with your parents. Which is why all the cons and stuff, following the rules and stuff, it just comes easy because of everything they do, and like you're literally living rent free under their house. So it's like you reward them with like you being like, you know, following the rules, doing the chores and stuff like that, because you're living for free, you know what I mean? Okay, the next one is food.
Bro, now
it's crazy.
Yes, grocery shopping to get sufficient for at least 2 weeks or a week, easily $300.
Oh yeah.
$300.
Not just that, but like, did I come home from work and the meals like right there? Like my mom, she loves cooking and she cooks so good. So it's like that blessing of you getting home and there's food ready. Some like, you know, you help your parents out and stuff, but like you don't have to worry about cooking a home dinner for yourself or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the best thing. And not just dinner. You open the pantry, there's snacks.
Yep.
You open the fridge, there's food right there for you to eat. Like, you know, support.
Yeah, this is support emotionally, physically, financially. I've realized that yes, you can have the closest friends ever, but the main people that will always have your back no matter what, even if you did something wrong, they're gonna have your back. Your family, they're gonna support you either way, because you're part of their family and you know you belong to them. So you have every support you can get from them. There's nothing anyone else that would give you as much support as your parents because they're raising you and they want to make sure you're taken care of. So that's honestly really what I can say for support. They just support you with anything, even your dreams. Like if you want a piano, you want to be a piano player, they'll go and buy you a piano if they can. You know, they'll do anything to support your dreams, your lifestyle, to make sure that you make it.
Yeah. The fourth one is not alone, which kind of goes with that one. But you're just not alone. Like you can come home and like there's people there that cares about you.
Yeah.
And loves you. And
it's different coming home to when it's empty every day.
Oh yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, obviously like you get used to it, but I bet like we haven't experienced that yet. But I bet once we have like, if I had my own place, I bet it would be so much different coming home every day to like an empty apartment than like going to my parents' house and being like, my parents are there, my dogs are there. It's just like you are surrounded with family, and it's nice. And this leads to the next one, which is quality time, like making memories and stuff. Because we want to like be with our parents until we marry each other and buy our house. So like when we do that, that quality time is not gonna be that to that extent as frequent, as special. You're gonna have to like intentionally set a date or like to visit them or intentionally go out with them. Whereas when you live with them, you're constantly like with each other, around each other. So yeah, just like you get that time to like build memories before you move out, and you don't have that as much. Less responsibility.
That just goes with like saving money and like
That goes
support.
with everything. Yeah, you don't have to worry about bills, or you don't have to worry about like what.
All you have to worry about is sleeping, making your bread, living life.
Yeah. Oh, like for example, less responsibility. Like my dad takes care of our house.
Oh yeah.
Like, or like my dad, he's a mechanic. He's every. Oh my gosh, my dad's everything, bro. If something broke in my room, fixed right there. If my car is like something broke in my car, my dad right there. So you don't have to like worry about those responsibilities. It's just they just kind of take care of themselves, and you don't realize that like your parents. That's all. Like they did everything. Number 7 is teaching or learning from them.
Yes, your parents are always gonna. They just give you advice like because they've been through life. They've been your age before, and they know what it's like to, be dating or to own a house. Just their own life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
As much as sometimes you don't want to hear the experience. You're just like, or you feel like you know everything. I promise you, you don't. Your parents have been through it, and they're gonna teach you so much by what they've been through, and they're gonna tell you, hey, I did this. It wasn't the best thing, so I did this instead. So they learn from their mistakes to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes they made. And that's really all the pros and cons that we had, and we kind of just want to share our opinions on what we think about living in our parents' house. Do we think it's better to live in our parents' house before we get married, or before a certain like me? I would not move out of my parents' house unless I get married or unless I'm 25.
That's like the limit.
Yeah, and I know I can support myself.
Oh yeah.
But you can share your opinion first. You want me to go first?
No, yeah, I can share mine.
So yeah.
For me, I definitely think it's like a pro to live with your parents' house or in your parents' house. At first, when I was 15 through when I was like 20, yeah, 15 through 20, I was just like, I can't wait to have my own place. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to like leave my parents' house, like have my own home. But now, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want it any other way. Like honestly, like I said before, the cons, they're nothing compared to all the pros. And those are just the ones that we thought, but there's so many.
I definitely believe, I'm a firm believer in staying with your parents as long as you can. But if you're like me, like I said, if I'm 25 and I know I can support myself, at least in an apartment, I'm out. I'm 25. I guess how I think. Like, I at least want to like start working on myself. Like working on my own thing. But I believe stay in your parents' house as long as you can. You just need patience.
A lot of patience.
You just need patience, and yes, you can move in with some friends. You guys can share an apartment, share a house, share a townhome. I think that's great. But in the end, it's like, okay, who's gonna get the house in the end? What if they get their own place? What about you? You're gonna have to go back to your parents because you can't afford to pay for that house or that townhome or even that apartment, unless you somehow can. But I don't think there's nothing wrong. It's not hard. Just obey your parents, listen to them, and do what they tell you to do, and just show some sort of thankfulness, show some sort of support, show some sort of like I guess sincerity, and tell them like, hey, I recognize what you do, and I thank you for it. But some people might have a stressful home environment, like Nisha, Giancarlo. You guys have no idea how my home situation is. Like I can't be here no more. Unfortunately, there's people like that, and if the best thing is to move out, then I guess move out and just make sure you're not struggling. Make sure it's not worse. To be alone. Everyone's home life is different, but I'm a firm believer in staying with your parents as long as you can, learning from them, just being patient, because you have your whole life to get your own house. You have your whole life. Like if you just wait, just 3 more years or 2 more years, it's nothing compared to, 20 years, or stuff like I don't know, stuff like that. So I'm a firm believer in just staying in your parents' house. So if you guys are watching this and you're like, I'm ready to move out. Are you really ready to move out?
So yeah, and also I just want to kind of say, if like your friends or like your friends are kind of like making a joke at the fact that you're still with your parents. Like have no shame in that, because like I've heard it where people are like, you're 23, you're still with your parents. Yeah, what about it? Like
No
I'm
problem.
probably smarter than you, you know, like I'm saving money. So you know, like have no shame in that, because people are different. Like yeah, dude, cool for you, you have your own place, awesome, I'm doing my thing, you know.
Yeah, and, yeah, I guess there's people that move out when they're 21, when they're 18 because they're making great money.
Yeah.
That's their story. It's not your story.
I've seen it a lot recently. Like so many people are now becoming famous on TikTok. They're like 18-year-olds and they buy this like huge house. It's like great for you, but it's different than me, you know.
Yeah, and don't compare, your own lifestyle, your own
Oh,
life
yeah.
journey compared to others, because you're never gonna live up to how they live because you're not them. When you guys have time, or just take some time to thank your parents. Hey, thank you for everything you've given me. Because they're literally the only reason why you're on this earth. They're the reason why you have that house. They're the reason why you pretty much have everything.
I think that's it.
Yes, that is it. Let us know if you guys what cons and pros. If people want to comment, if you guys have some cons and some pros, put them down in the comments so we can read them. We would love to read them. And make sure you guys like the video.
Oh no, sorry. Go again.
Make sure you guys like the video. Subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Okay. So make sure you guys like the video, share the video, and subscribe to be updated for our future videos. Oh, even put on.
Can I do this for subscribe?
Sure.
Cause like the little box. Okay, good.
Okay. So make sure you guys like the video, share the video, subscribe, drop a comment.
Tell me, bro, that's not the best thing you've seen.
Even turn on your post notifications to be
I need
updated.
one for that. Like, share, subscribe,
post
and-
notifications.
Yo, nobody will do that. This mother. Okay.
So yes, turn on your post notifications.
Oh, brother.
Okay. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. I can't speak. Oh my god. Just put on the post notifications so you can be updated with any video that we have coming.
Yes, for watching. We love you guys. Stay blessed. I hope you guys have a blessed week. And yeah, that's it. Bye, la, 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 la.
Oh my god. Bye guys.
Bye. Like, share, subscribe, and post notifications. Sorry, isn't that cool?
Yes, someone very cool.